Welcome back, everyone. This is Nate. On Today, we are here at the Cape Fear Museum in Wilmington, North Carolina. On my other, I have another video. I've been traveling up here, so go back and watch that on my travels up here. But we're about to walk into the museum. There will be a video. This will be, like I said before, this will be a separate video on the museum. So come along with us today. Let's go in the museum and see what they have in here. We walking in. This is what I walk into. A dinosaur. It says it's not a dinosaur. It says it's a sloth. A giant ground sloth. And this is some of the Native Americans in the Cape Fear region. It says, over the course of 14,000 years, sea levels has risen to cover the land. Sea levels rise and fall. Many factors include changes in climate and effect in levels. In the Pueblo Indian period, around 12,000 BC, the coast of 60 miles further out to sea than it is today. And this little thing showing this is where it is today. That's where it was 8,000 BC. And that's where it was 12,000 BC. Where the coastline was. And this is the woodland period. And this is soapstone pipe. Around 1500 BC. This is a clay pipe, 800 BC to 1600 BC. And those are stone arrowheads from 1200 to 1700 SE. Got some more arrowheads from 1000 clay pots from Native Americans in 1000 BC. And this is the lands of the longleaf pines. It's rare to see long, expensive longleaf pines forests today. When Europeans first came to the region in the 15 and 1600s, huge tracts of longleaf pine forest stretched from Virginia to Florida. Longleaf is not naturally dominant species. Its repeatedly applications to fire, germinate, grow, and overtake a forest. This is if you're not from around the south, this is the longleaf pine. That's what it looks like in the woods. They also got a deer back there too. And this is a colonial pot about 1700 CE, partially reconstructed. That's pretty good that they can find all the pieces and put it back together. And I actually have a pot right here that you can put together. I'm not going to try it because we got a long ways to go through this museum. This is early settlements. During the 1600s, two groups of colonists attempted to settle in the Cape Fear. The first group arrived from England and stayed only 2 months. The second attempt began in May of 1664 when a party of British-owned island or the bareboats landed in the Cape Fear. The group settled near present-day Town Creek in a place they called Charlestown. This colony dissolved in 1667, and this is some of the stuff that they found. A glass arrowhead, a metal buckle, beads. This is copper square about 1664. That's pottery about 1664. It looks like it's glass. A piece of glass in 1664. And this exhibit's called Exploring the Forest, Making a Living. Cape Fear Longleaf Pines Forest was the hub of the region's economy. Settlers who came to Cape Fear needed to earn a living. They searched for a staple, a commodity that they could produce, sell, and ship easy to the British markets. So, I'm not going to read all of it. So what this stuff in here are some of the, this is wood shingles from the 1700s, axe head from the 1600s, and that's a saw, a cutting saw that used to cut down trees. That's your logging back then, like they log today. That's your logging trucks right there. Horse and buggies. And they have this out here set up like a market where you come back in that day where you come bought stuff. Like, it's kind of, to me it was kind of like a hardware store because it got all the nails over there and all the pottery and all the, I don't know if it's set up for food or anything. This says goods for sale. This is oh, they have fine china and everything. Writing, paper books, fashion vases, and this is a rifle. During the 1700s, American-made flint lock rifle. About 1700s. That's a long gun. And this exhibit, I like this. This is a mini version of what Wilmington used to be. With the ships, trading post, soldiers down here. I love stuff like now. I do also love train sets. I wish I could have a train. I have me a train set up somewhere. Like, you know, I like these small towns like made up like this. And this is the Wilmington shipyard. The smell of turpentine is in the air. And this is the military base part. They actually got a little train here. Focus on swords and sabers. And these are some of the swords they had from 1850 to 1861. Foot soldiers wore the sabers. That's some of the other, these are U.S. Dragon sabers in 1850. And here's an ironclad ship. It's called the Iron Hope. There was a movie with Matthew McConaughey that looked for the safari. They looked for a ship like this. And here's a bunch of the guns. It says, focus on firearms. And these were some of the muskets. Australian Lorenzo rifle musket, 50 caliber. British 2-band 58 caliber, 1861. And we're going up on the second floor. We're not quite there yet, but this is a Wilmington waterfront model. This is what it looks like from down here, or up here, I'm sorry. This is what the model looks like. There's that blockade runner. There's two of them down there. And it's a small scale of what Fort Fisher used to look like. They have this thing down here. I can, hopefully it'll tell me something about it. And it's not working. Okay. That's a fail. But this is some of the mounds of dirt.
January 15th, 1865. The weather is cool, clear, and calm. One by one, southern ports are captured. The Confederacy is virtually cut off from the outside world. After 4 years of civil war, Wilmington, North Carolina stands as the most vital port in the South. The North must capture Wilmington to end the war more quickly. Mighty Fort Fisher blocks the path between Northern forces and Wilmington. The North failed to take the fort on Christmas Day 3 weeks earlier, but this time they are determined to succeed. The Union Navy prepares Fort Fisher for a land assault. For 3 days and nights they blast the fort with 600 heavy guns, splintering wooden palisades, destroying Confederate cannons, leaving the fort scattered with cannonballs, shell fragments, and bodies. Inside the fort, soldiers are tired and miserable. For 3 days, quickly fades. The fleet resumes the bombardment. Meanwhile, the main Union Army's attack is underway. Regiments of veteran Union infantry hit the fort's riverside defenses through swamp, across the partially destroyed bridge, between gaps in the palisades. They storm the fort. A desperate blast from a small Confederate field cannon leaves bloodied bodies lining the road. But it's not enough. Southern defenders cannot stop the overwhelming blue tide. Within minutes, a Union flag flutters over the riverside battery. But the battle is far from over. Southerners rush to the river gate to stop the Northern advance. Masses of blue and gray slam into each other. Rifle butts crack cannons. Bayonets.
Just to let you know, I messed up on that. That was not a fail. That was the thing loading, and I wasn't paying attention that the I thought it was supposed to be instantaneous, but the video was taken, it was uploading. So now that's a relic right there too, an IBM computer, 1986, and a calculator in the 1990s. You still see these around sometimes. Oh my Lord. We used to have these right here. Portable CD player in 2004. Oh, we used to have those all the time. A Walkman. I remember seeing this. I remember seeing these in houses. These ashtrays. Wooden ashtrays. They had the wooden pipes. Cigarettes from the 1940s. I remember the butane lighters. I remember we used to get those at gas stations, those lighters or matches like that. That's an ashtray about the 1960s. I remember those too. We actually have two of these lights right here. The kerosene lantern and we only got one kerosene lantern, I'm sorry. My mama has a light or a lamp like this. Now, this right here is some kind of little challenge. It's a bucket. It says how many times can you lift a bucket of a gallon of water in 15 seconds? So let's try it. I got 19 buckets. Now this is something you will see in the South. A turkey. You'll see them all the time. Also you'll see red oaks. They have now that's the longleaf pine. That's the bark. And that's the pine needles. That's American sweet gum. But you can't cook with these. American sweet gum, you can't cook with them or smoke with them. And this is Animal Alley. It says, do not feed these animals. They might look cute, but they are wild and can bite. Some may carry rabies and disease that can be fatal, or warm-blooded animals include people. Discover city scavengers. Raise the lids. So in the first one, we got a raccoon. In the next one, we got a possum. But those things don't bite. And a rat. Ugh. And this right here, you can actually build or pretend you're an astronaut building the International Space Station. So I'm going to give it a try. Oh, here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom before I try the balance sticks.
I'm not doing too good. And I think that's going to do it for this one. I'm We walked around the Cape Fear Museum. It's a lot in there. It's a lot to see. So they are here in Wilmington. So I think they're open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And they have little things that they do. They have little walls. I didn't get to go in some of those rooms. But they have different things that you can come, like events you can come to. So, like I said, this is it for this one. Be safe. God bless. And I'll see you on the next one.